Welcome back from the break. You're still watching This Week, and I'm Somna Sambo. Now, former Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, has dismissed claims that President Bola Tinubu single-handedly made Muhammadu Buhari as Nigeria's president in 2015 after many failed attempts by the former military head of state. Now, Mustafa's statement immediately sparked reactions, especially from the presidency, describing such comments as a disservice to Nigeria's recent political history. Now, the entire encounter started from another book presentation, this time around, authored by former Senior Special Assistant to President Buhari on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu. And when it was Mustafa's turn to speak, he told his audience that the ACN, whose national leader was then Bola Tinubu, did not single-handedly make Buhari president. It's the first time that the president would be publicly challenged since 2022, when he, that's Tinubu, as a presidential aspirant in Abeokuta, Ogun State capital, declared that he made Buhari Nigeria's president in 2015. That's where he made the famous Emilokon statement. The immediate past SGF dismissed Tinubu's claims, stressing that the merger only produced 3.2 million votes in addition to Buhari's existing 12.2 million votes in the north. And the presidency, in a swift response, rejected Mustafa's assertion, saying that without Tinubu's political strength and strategic mobilization, Buhari would not have secured the presidential ticket of the All Progressives Congress in the first place, having tried severally, 3 times specifically, without having it. Well, glad to have joining me in the studio to take a look at this critical issue, a former FCT chairman of the defunct Action Congress of Nigeria, ACN. He's none other than Sonny Moniedafe, who took part in the major talks in 2013 to 2014. He's also a chieftain of the governing All Progressives Congress, APC, and at some point sought the national chairmanship position of the APC. Good to have you, Sonny.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and so, I mean, your former party is back in the news, and Boss Mustafa was deputy national chairman of the APC then, and then, I mean, he's someone who's been propped up by Bola Ahmed Tinubu, over the years. And how could this statement have also come from Boss Mustafa? I mean, people are asking what's going on.
Well, Somna, good evening, Nigerians. I'm honestly shocked and embarrassed at what's happening. Apparently, my dear friend, my brother-in-law, my friend, Boss Mustafa, has some new bosses, because I was a part of the 2014 process. In fact, 2013, when the APC was registered, I was part of the formation of the party at the FCT level. I am aware that President Buhari had tried for 3 times. He failed. Now, as much as I don't want to say anything good about President Bola Tinubu, because truly he has failed the ACN woefully. Woefully.
That's the ACN wing of the APC.
And Nigerians, I'm sorry to say it, President Tinubu has failed us woefully. People that insulted President Tinubu, he prefers to give them appointments. In spite of that, let the truth be told. President Tinubu had a major part in President Buhari's ascension to the presidency, because he had tried 3 times and failed. 3 times. And the fourth time, if I recollect properly, it was President Tinubu that told him to come and try again. He funded most of the campaign.
Yeah, because I remember Buhari crying on national TV after 2011.
Exactly.
The Supreme Court judgment said that he wasn't going to contest again. And then we had emissaries being sent to him that, look, let's go and try again. Because, prior to 2011, there had been trials. ACN was trying to talk to CPC, but CPC thought it could go it alone.
Yes. Yes. Now, sadly, honestly, I am embarrassed at what I'm seeing in politics, because we don't need all these things. We don't need it. Let me just digress a little bit. Nigerians love praying a lot. We pray a lot. When we finish praying, we tell God to step aside, help ourselves. What's happening to us? I'm angry with Tinubu, but let the truth be told. He was a principal person that made this plan succeed. When the governors, how many governors, and Atiku Abubakar left the Senate, the
NPDP faction.
Exactly, when they came. I worked with Atiku. I know I controlled the aircraft, the planes from Gombe. 48 hours, I had a 747 in my control. When we got to Lagos, the promise was to start on the 10th of of December 2014. It didn't start until the night of 2012, I think. 2 nights, they were just trying to unravel everything that enemies in quotes, had put in place, including telling the governors to go and sit with the various delegates. It happened. Now, these were all President Tinubu's moves. I am a media man. I know that many of the media people that President Tinubu had told to go and do things about Buhari winning, they were there. Apparently, sadly, Tinubu had his own agenda, because I will not hide it. Tinubu had a hand in articles in Buhari's ascension, but he has failed Nigerians.
Yeah, amen.
He has failed us.
All right. If you listen to Boss Mustafa clearly, he made it known that Buhari had 12.2 million votes in his kitty. In 2003, yes, he had that figure when he contested under AMPP. And then in 2007, there was that, PDP thing that happened. And of course, the votes went down to about 6 million. But in 2011, he bounced back with that figure. And that it was that 12.2 million votes that he brought in 2015. And the CPC had that in the kitty. So now the ACN, the AMPP, the NPDP, and the ABGA only produced 3.2 million votes. Were these votes just there, seated as 12.2 million votes that could be replicated again?
I don't think President Buhari wants to be involved in such talk. I don't think so. Because truly, it's like you're talking about his houses and his cows. He had how many cows, how many years? Don't they grow? Don't they give birth to babies? Don't they? The same thing with this issue of votes. Come on. It doesn't add up at all. President Tinubu, I am telling him now, he's my friend. I had breakfast with his wife, but 2 years after, nothing has happened to me. But that one aside.
Are you saying in terms of appointment? Are you looking for appointment? Having been a member of the ACN, I mean, you think you ought to have been given an appointment? Let's get that clear so that our viewers are very sure.
I'm going to answer you. You see, people ask me this question. I say, yes, it is about. Even in religion, it's about what you get in return. I have sacrificed my everything over the years. I met one of our staff there, even from Arise, not Arise, Kiss FM days. You know it's Sumna. Let's be honest. People that are being awarded today by the president are people who insulted us in the past.
Yeah, I mean, I remember ACN then. Exactly. I mean, how difficult it was for people to... and it was being called the Southwest Party.
Exactly. They insulted, and then suddenly... So put on aside, President Tinubu had a big hand in President Buhari's ascension, because I know that after he failed, you cannot prove it, but there are claims that Buhari was rigged out. You cannot prove it, but there are clear claims that he was rigged out. Fine. He now said he will not contest again. Tinubu told him to come back and contest. Tinubu had a hand in giving Nuhu Ribadu, my friend, the ticket in 2007, 11. Before then, Atiku in 2007, he did. Yeah. He had a hand.
That's under AC.
Yes, he had a hand. Now, you like him or not, Tinubu had a very, very big part to play in getting Buhari elected.
Especially in that primary, because, I mean, a lot of people had thought that Atiku would outsmart Buhari in that primary, but that primary was held strategically in Lagos, and we heard that Tinubu had a role in that primary being held in Lagos. That if it had been held outside of Lagos, Atiku would have defeated Buhari in that primary election.
Right now, Atiku is still my friend. He's still my friend. And I'm saying it now, I will have kept quiet, but I worked with Atiku. I took delegates for him from Gombe to Lagos. If that had been Kaduna, for example, Abuja, something would have happened. But I think Tinubu, in his smartness, he refused and insisted that everything was held in Lagos. And the rest is system like this.
And there was Kwankwaso too. I mean, who put some very strong votes in that.
Now, one thing that we did then, which I want us to replicate, is to have people to just contest. I aspire to be the national chairman of the APC. I made a point. I said, look, I will never allow for ethnicity or division or whatever. No, we're all one. For example, I'm Morobo from Adamawa State. There are millions like me. Why will you say someone must come from the north or south? It doesn't add up.
Well, that's the ideal Nigeria. We all
that's why we are where we are today, because somebody said during the current event, I think last year, I'll get that man's name. He said somebody mentioned something about 3 countries in 1958 that will become something in the next few years. Nigeria, South Korea, I think, and Singapore. Where are Singapore and Korea? They moved on. Where's Nigeria? We're going backwards. That is not fair. What are we helpful? What are we doing to ourselves? Are we well?
Yeah, and people keep asking, Sonny Moniedafe, what happened to the beautiful promises you made under the ACN? I mean, being progressives and all of that. Some of us as journalists used to be enticed by some of those policies that people had. I mean, the progressives are in government now. They were in government through the back door in the Buhari years, but now they are in government through the front door. Via Tinubu. So what happened to all the beautiful ACN promises?
Somebody's supposed to know what to do. A progressive is supposed to provide solutions. Telling me that you inherited a bad government from Buhari doesn't add up at all. Moreover, how bad was it? It was bad and you beat all those things. All those things, you built houses for yourself. You bought a brand new, not brand new, you bought a fairly used aircraft, everything. Come on. President Tinubu, I beg you. Nigerians I want to say this thing. Nigerians are suffering. And just are going through stuff, and people like me, and I speak for millions of people. I have a platform. We call ourselves G37. Former chairman of ACN. Bisa Konde has abandoned us. Where is Bisa Konde? Last time I spoke, he said he doesn't want to get involved in politics. But he got an appointment and went somewhere and hit and enjoying himself. What about Nigeria? What about Nigeria? We must wake up. I don't know what's wrong with us. Truly, Somna. I don't know what's wrong with us. You had it, man, the last guest asking me whether I was back in Abuja. I'm tired of what's happening in Nigeria. Why is people all these things they're talking about? Everybody's about self. Well, Nigeria is dying.
Yeah, I mean, some of you have been working with President Tinubu for a long period of time. And so that's why you have to keep, encouraging him maybe to take some of these solutions. Like, for example, the issues of constitution review, the issues of state police, the issue of, the fiscal responsibility, resource control, all those things that the ACN used to promise Nigerians.
Where
the defunct
can
ACN,
you see him?
We had
now, let me tell you, from the governors that have second term, they are all over the place. I won't mention names. They know themselves. You know them. Second-term governors. If by 2027 Tinubu wins, he will not even look at you. I know of former governors, including Erufai. We know the role Erufai played in getting Tinubu to be there. Right now, they made him look like a bad man because he was saying the truth. So this current governors that have 2 terms, 7 for the second term, Hope Uzodinma, Gombe, Yayari, Inuaya, Nasara, all my friends, Zulum has made a stand about what's happening to Erufai. I mean, his Senator Kashim has made a stand known. All the governors who are having second term, Abdulaziz of Kwara, you are going to aim for a shocker because Tinubu just threw them away like no one's business. And Tinubu asked Tinubu, please, Mr. President Tinubu, what is happening to you? If people said Buhari was cloned, I was laughing at them.
Yeah, man.
So I can tell you now that if you ask me, I'll tell you that Tinubu has been cloned. This is not the Tinubu that I knew.
Well, I mean, why do we have all these cloning issues coming?
I don't know. Because
is it that they get into the presidency and they develop a monarchical complex?
I remember when Abati was there, he said there's something like a spirit in the villa. No, it's selfishness. They become self-medicated.
And they forget the manifesto. They've applying for Nigerians.
They forget their friends. They don't pick calls anymore. That is very sad. Very sad. Look at my Malabuni, my colleague. He was chairman of ACM Yobe. I was chairman of ACM Abuja. Doesn't take our calls anymore. Come on. There's something wrong with us. Back to the issue. I'm sorry to disagree because I'm really angry and pained. President Tinubu had a role to play in Buhari's second election because he brought his PR powers to bear. I spoke to many of the journalists who were there. For Buhari, I was like, wow. People were insulting Buhari some years ago, and now with Buhari, I saw it live. I was a member of the committee of the held that election. I counted the votes even in that, what's that stadium? Opposite Balogun Stadium.
Yeah,
Testing Balogun Stadium.
Yes.
I counted the votes myself. I was there. Tinubu had a role to play. President, and my dear friend and in-law boss, I don't know the reasons, but telling me that Buhari has kept 11 million votes. Don't they grow? Well, don't they die?
2 million votes.
Come on.
All right. As we try to round off this conversation, let's talk about the oncoming political force. Because what you people did in 2013, 2014 is almost being replicated by groups of political parties that are coming to form what's now called the Action Democratic Congress, the coalition.
Sabat
I don't know if you've been enticed.
I have been enticed, but I said no, I'm in APC.
Oh, okay, interesting.
But it's a big but. I'm not in a rush because I'm giving the APC time to wake up. But I don't understand what's happening. Social media, I see people posting things, this person is this and that. Are you God? They're already putting someone for 2031 to be the president. Really? Are you God? You can die tomorrow. So I hope APC wakes up. If not, everything is there. All they need to do, ADC needs to do is to have a beautiful convention like we had in Lagos. After the votes were counted, I was following the trend on social media, on media all over the world. APC got the highest rating because it was done transparently and clearly. Now look at ADC having Atiku, having Peter Obi, having Erufai,
Amechi and all of that. Yeah.
All of, like we had in APC. Atiku was there from Northeast. Buhari was there from Northwest. Kwankwaso from Northwest, Kano. Rochester, Koracha, Imo.
Yeah,
and then this man from Niger State, late Isaiah.
Yeah,
all of them, just go ahead. We need to do that one. And if they do that one, and they bring out a good candidate, APC is in big trouble. I don't know what's wrong with Tinubu.
Okay, well, I mean, just before we wrap up this conversation, I want you to talk about some of the things that APC promised Nigerians. And if indeed, within the short period of time that we have, I mean, we still have like about 10 months, 10 to 11 months, do you think that we could actually still have some hope being revived by the APC?
Honestly,
based on its renewed hope policies?
Renewed hope, forget about renewed hope. Renewed people are suffering, people are dying.
Well, they say we'll have to pay the ultimate price, I mean, before we get to where the APC wants to take us to. I mean, that's what the government keeps telling us.
No, that's very wrong.
And that's what I'm asking you in the next close to 2 years that's left.
Look at what the spokesman for Tinubu said. That was a very dangerous statement. That the North is trying to overthrow Tinubu. Come on. That was very, very, totally unacceptable. And that man must apologize. What do you mean? Tinubu, unfortunately, has messed up himself. I am telling you that I am least. Oh God, I was here on 29th of May, the day Tinubu was sworn in. When Anogolu told me that Tinubu had removed subsidy, I said, I was even arguing with him. Later I saw it. Remove subsidy? Nobody said should remove it. But don't forget that you told us then that it was bad. We supported him. We followed him. You remove subsidy, you were the only president. There was nothing in place, nothing to supplement, not to make Nigerians know that, yes, a government cares. You went and floated the naira. Come on. I went to Yola and I posted pictures. I said, look, Nigerians are suffering, they are dying. President, wake up. Now, what does he have? I don't know, truly, because he has to accept that there's a problem.
The government says that the international community seems to be waking up to the reality that the economy is doing well. He's had endorsement, including this week. We had Bloomberg writing and saying that the naira is being stable. And, of course, there's the prospect of investors beginning for direct investment.
Guest talking about House of Proverb. Can I just let me tell you one thing? They told the dog they were having a party in his house. Say, where's the evidence? Tinubu they go to America to come talk about what they're experiencing in Nigeria. Tell us, show us here. That's the point. Bloomberg, I don't know individuals. Give them money, they'll do what to do. We are going through stuff, Sumna. Nigerians are going through stuff. We are suffering. We are suffering in this country. I think we better wake up because I don't know what now. For God's sake, look at it now. 89 Yorubas. I'm sorry to keep coming back. 89 Yorubas. 89, including the president who was elected. 89 appointees named key parastatals have been given to Yorubas. Come on, President Tinubu.
Well, some people say it's trying to follow the Buhari formula.
No.
Buhari did that and all of that. So just quickly, do you think that the ADC stands the chance to
honestly
the APC
the way things are going,
very good run for its money?
The way things are going, not only run, we are going to, because I might have to move. I'm an APC man, I say it proudly any day, but I might, if they continue like this, I might have to move. And if I move, honestly, everything that we did in APC, I was happy to hear on a different program, the Suswam, saying that this was how they laughed at APC when we were formed.
Yeah.
Yes. Tinubu should stop laughing and say ADC. No.
All right. We must thank you so much.
Hakimu in Hanukan Sunji House, our seeing is on their head. I risk my life. I'm insulted everywhere. Many of us are mentioned. Everywhere I'm insulted. And then suddenly, I'm giving Jagaba of Jamaica. They say Jagaba, they don't kill us.
All right. Boss, thank you so much. Sonny Moniedafe is a former chairman of the defunct Action Congress of Nigeria in the FCT. And of course, he's a chieftain of the All Progressives Congress. He had one time contested to be national chairman of
and I paid my 10 million naira to be the deputy chairman.
Okay. Well, we must thank you so much for your immense wealth of knowledge and contributions to national discourse, political. politically. Well, that's the much we can take on this edition of This Week. Thanks to our production team here in Abuja, Lagos, and London. Do join us same time next week for another exciting edition. I'm Somna Sambo.